Hi everyone, Maria McGrath here, founder of Restore Balance and Harmony. Welcome to another episode of Becoming Me TV, where I'm talking with women and giving you information about becoming the best version of yourself. And today I'm going in a different direction. I'm talking about nutrition, which honestly I do believe has an effect on our emotional well-being as well. So I would love to introduce the amazing Kylie Morris to have a chat about how what we eat, the nutrition that we put into our body also affects how we feel emotionally, physically as well. Hi Kylie, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, it's great to be here.
Thanks. So tell us a bit about your story. When you started this journey to the nutritional journey that you've been on, what were you feeling? Where were you at in your life?
Well, it really goes back to about 8 years ago. We went on a cruise ship and hubby and I, we learnt about gut health on that cruise ship because honestly, we were so bored on that thing. We could either go off to trivia or bingo or we could go and make paper little flowers. And so we chose the gut health seminars and we ended up on this thing. And following that trip or that cruise, we ended up coming back and we went really clean without eating because we really understood just, what goes in must come out. And sometimes there are people that it doesn't come out for a couple of days, so there's lots of stuff that's going on inside. So we went through a really clean eating thing and my husband started to see some benefits from that, but I wasn't. I was feeling still really flat. As I said, I had 2 young children. They're now 11 and 13. And I was lacking the energy. I was lacking the motivation. I have the drive to do stuff in life, but the body was not keeping up and I was getting older and I just started to figure, talking to other women as well, I figured that was just what happened when you got older, that you started to slow down, that your brain was foggier than normal and you procrastinated more than you could make some decisions. Anyway, I just had all these balls in the air, super, super stressed, didn't know which way to turn. And a friend showed me this other program to have a look at. And once I started fueling my body and giving it what it needed to actually function, it just worked. And now I am a completely different human, honest to God.
Isn't it amazing that, to go back to the start of that we think that this is just normal? That life, as you get older, you're just going to get tired. Your brain's just going to get foggy. You're just going to, feel like you can't achieve what you were going to or thought you could have. And we just take it as, this is it. And did you feel like giving up before you found this new program? Or not giving up, but you were just going to be, that was it. That was how life was going to be.
Absolutely. I just thought my knees have been terrible since I was a teenager, but I figured that they were getting sorer because I was aging and it's just part of the natural process and we should just learn to live with it. I was taking magnesium tablets. I was taking all the stuff from the chemist or the supermarket that I was told to take, and nothing was really having any positive effect on me. And I just thought, what, geez, I've lived 40 years and they've obviously been the best 40 years of my life. And now I'm just going into my next 40 years of my life and this is what it's going to be and it's going to continue to deteriorate. Yeah. My 40 became my new life.
You know what, and that was me. 40 was the start of my journey too. I think we get to a point where we have to say, well, is this all there is or am I going to look for something more or something better? And I asked you here because I want women to know that it's not just this is it, that there are better ways, getting rid of your emotional crap that's holding you back. And I know that was something that you struggled with too. I've seen you a couple of times say, I was a cranky mama bear. How did it affect your emotional health, having the rest of the body, not working as it should?
It gives me chills, Maria, because my mornings used to be, my alarm was set at 7 o'clock. I'd hit the snooze button 2 or 3 times without fail, knowing that I was going into a day of just craziness. And then I'd be yelling and screaming at my kids all morning to get ready. It was my fault that they were up later than they should have been. And then I'd speed to the school, which is only just over the hill here, and I dropped them at the drop zone, and I was that absent kind of mum when I look back now, because I was on a mission. I was going to work, and it was just I was heightened all the time in this really negative state. It's really hard to. I mean, most women would probably go, "Oh yeah, I get that." But for me now to talk about how I used to feel, it's kind of a little bit more foreign to me now, because everything in the morning is so different. It's so cruisy here now, and it really comes down to my energy levels.
Yeah.
When I lacked energy, and the energy that I had was negative, and now it's such a relaxed, more positive. We've got this kind of thing. My kids are completely different humans as well because of that.
Yeah, because you're more calm, you're more in control, you've got focus and clarity and everything else. So you're calm and you're at peace, and that has resonated and moved on to the kids as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I know that there's a big thing about kids and social media, but it's like us as adults too. Whatever you're looking for, you will get back. And my kids are the same with social media. I can pick up because they've got Instagram. They probably shouldn't. They're probably a little bit too young, but anyway. And I can look at their Instagram, and their feeds, the stuff that they actually create are just really light and happy and inspiring, and, sunflowers and beautiful things. And that comes down to how it is at home, I believe.
Yeah. Your influence on them, the way that you're living your life. So talk to me, Kylie, about this wearable nutrition and how that is giving you what your body needs to make these changes.
Essentially, that's the wearable part. I had a friend that she rang me one day, and she said, "Are you home?" And I happened to be home. She came around and she said, "Kylie, I've heard about this stuff that just gives you more energy, better sleep, mental clarity, da, 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 da." She rolled off all these things, and I didn't, most of us go, "That's rubbish," as if a product could do that. I've tried everything. I've eaten clean. I've used the magnesium tablets and all the other stuff, the concoctions. I'd been to a nutritionist and nothing had worked. Why would this possibly work? But then she was going to order it, and I figured, well, geez, if she's going to order it, I'm not going to sit back and watch her feel all these amazing things that I want and not do it. So I ordered, and it's literally what it does. It's three simple steps that I do in the morning. I have capsules that wakes the gut up, gets the metabolism kicking off, and it prepares the gut lining so it's ready to absorb the nutrition. Second step is a lifestyle mix, which is a probiotic mix. It's not designed to be a meal replacement. This is not a diet. This is what I love about it. And then the third step is this nutrition, and that's loaded with over 100 vitamins, nutrients, minerals, which slow releases into the system just like a nicotine patch or a pain patch does. And so what this system does in the first 30 minutes of my day when I wake up, it feeds my body through the day with everything on a cellular level that my body needs. So it's taken me from being that cranky mum, that person that couldn't think straight, couldn't make any decisions. And I've always been a decision maker, but I started to procrastinate because I was starting to doubt myself. I was in such a head fog. No energy, no motivation, desperately wanted to get into the gym or do something for me. I didn't have me time ever. But the no sleep during the nighttime just perpetuated the whole thing where I just felt like rubbish every single day. And ever since I started on this program, and it's feeding my body function. So I now go to CrossFit. I'm actually doing an online competition at the moment worldwide. And the stuff that I can do with my body now astounds me. And that's why it's hard for me to remember who that person used to be, really. But I know I was very lost, very lost.
Yeah. And I guess one of the things with this, the three, you don't have to think about what your body needs because it's getting everything that it needs through these steps.
That's right. Your body will absorb what it needs and it will use what it needs, and the rest comes out. We know about Barocca tablets, and we put it in there, we drink it down, and then you see it come out the other end because your body's not it's not absorbing, or it doesn't use what's coming out. Yeah. This, you don't have that. Your body absorbs, it uses what it needs, it fills the gaps because, your gaps will be very different to my gaps. It comes down to our genetics, how we're brought up, the types of food that we eat or we love, the type of stresses we have, the lifestyle we lead, whether we exercise, whether we don't, whether we enjoy a banana or whether we hate a banana. There's so many things that come into play. And that's why I love this, because it does the work for us. Our body just uses what it needs.
Yeah. So, and like you said, everybody, every person is different in what they need, and this is covering everything to give you your best self, which is what I'm all about, is helping women become their best version of themselves. And that's why I thought it was really important to have a conversation with you today. So how we talked about the knees and we talked about the mind, the fog. Tell me how they are now after how many years have you been on this program?
3 years, actually. So the 28th of February 2016, I signed up to order. And so it was about a week after that I started. So pretty close to 3 years. And I'll never forget that date. That date is like, it's in my mind forever. Honestly, I remember taking it and just feeling like I could just feel the shift in my body. And it was, now I look back, it was like my body just decided to come alive that day. And so knees, yeah, they still ache from time to time, but by God, do I flog them. So last Friday night, in the competition that we're doing, we had to do wall balls and rowing for 15 minutes. And I did 182 reps. So that's 182 up and down, further than a seated position and on the row with the calories going. There is no way in this wide world could I have ever done that prior to using this product.
You probably wouldn't have even tried. Your mindset.
No, I wouldn't have. No, my body, I didn't have the energy, nor the motivation, nor the mindset. You're 100% right. And look, it hasn't been the magic pill. I've had to put in a lot of work on top of it.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of self-development, you do a lot of exercise or something that helps you. But that was the me time that I was missing. And this was the missing link for me to be able to get that to start to roll.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like when I talk about my story with the emotional change that I had with my breakthrough, I talk about a light being switched back on in me because I felt like there was just nothing there. And it sounds a similar, that you come alive, your body came alive when it was being fed the right things. So imagine if we can get the right nutrition, we can get the right mindset, we can let go of all the emotional baggage that we're carrying, life's going to be pretty damn good. It doesn't have to be downhill once you get to that, whatever that age is, because this works. Both these, there are things that we can work with, give our body, our mind, our heart and soul to create a better life.
Absolutely. That's what I love most about talking with women like you. And there are so many women that I come across in what I do that they feel so lost and broken like I did. And I know that there's a solution, but they don't realize that it's there. And it's only for my friends saying, here it is, and me taking a gamble, I suppose.
A leap of faith.
A leap of faith, yeah. You just go, you know what? I'm so sick to death of being who I am right now. This is not what life should feel like.
Yeah.
And you see all these people out there that are living this glamorous life, half of it on social media. Yes, I'll agree. It's crap. It's all put on. Like, we take 50 photos to get the perfect one for Instagram.
Yeah.
But when people meet you and they tell you that the whites of your eyes are brighter and you're smiling more, and I've got somebody who tells me all the time, Kylie, your family are just amazing. I love watching your family. The dynamics is just incredible. That's the stuff that makes me feel like I've made the right decision.
Yeah, and I've known you for almost 2 years, and so I see you on Facebook as well, and I know that part of your story is when you were feeding your body, you're feeling better in you, you're then giving a better energy, you're doing more, you're being a better mum, you're out there doing positive things, and your kids are a part of that. They get that better energy, they get that mindset that they can do anything, and that's what creates that beautiful life. It flows through, doesn't it? If you had to stay in that place of the cranky mama bear, how would you and your family and your relationships and everything be flowing, do you think, now, years later?
I don't even want to think about where our relationship, but even my husband, we were, stress was huge. He's on the same program, has been on it since the day I started. And the stress levels were huge. And look, there's still stress levels now. Every family's got stress. He's got the bills coming in. He's still got to earn money to pay the bills, and, things happen. Life happens. But the coping mechanisms that we have now, whether that's, it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like you say, it's nutrition and the mindset, and having the right positive people around you too is a major shift for us. So we did weed the garden, and it wasn't that we were being rude to people, it's just that we started to move away from people because they didn't have the same core values as us, but we didn't see it at the time. And they've drifted away from us, and it's been brilliant. So that's actually opened some room for other people to come in, and just, I don't know, positive people around you, you can get through anything.
Yeah. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, and I hope that there are people out there that watch this that perhaps they're thinking or feeling, God, I'm getting old and that's just that, and I'm just going to have to get used to it, and I'm going to feel like shit, and I've got no energy and can't get out of bed. If you're there, reach out and have a conversation with me, okay? This is not how life has to be, Right now, there are so many people doing life the hard way. Don't you think? It doesn't have to be like that. It can be easy. It can be enjoyable. It can be pure joy and happiness and freedom and all of that stuff. If you have, the right mindset, the right nutrition that's feeding your body, that's giving you that energy, that's making you feel good. If you're feeling a lack of nutrition, that's literally your brain's not getting fed, and that's that fogginess, isn't it? As well as carrying that emotional baggage, you really need to be getting that right food, that right nutrition into your body as well, and it makes such a difference. I want to help people live a better life, and I know you do too, Kylie.
Yeah. Absolutely. And look, Maria, when you just said that, before Christmas, I ran out of product.
Yeah.
And it was like I stopped feeding my body. For 10 days, I was out of product, and because I just stuffed up my ordering. And it was the best reminder of who I was, because without feeding my body with the fuel that it needs, almost like putting the right petrol in the car to drive.
Yeah.
So without that, I just went back to feeling like I used to be. And it was a fantastic reminder to just go, you know what, you have to feed your body nutrition. Nutrition is the basis for everything. And without it, you can't build.
Yeah. And so many people think, it'll be right. It's like, you know that you have to fill the car with petrol, otherwise you can't get from A to B. But we don't seem to think of it in the same terms with our body, with our mind, with, we have a hardware that we need to maintain to get the best out of life, don't we? If you want to put it in those terms. Yeah.
Exactly. It's actually, if you strip it right back, it's a really simple system.
Yeah.
And our body should be able to rest and recover over nighttime and do what we need to do during the daytime.
Yeah.
But so many people are walking around like zombies because, one, they're not sleeping over nighttime. And secondly, they don't have the fuel, the right ingredients to actually get through their day. And so the cycle, it just becomes this thing where it snowballs into disease.
Yeah. And we get used to that new normal and think that this is just this. My father, it was nearly 2 years ago too. It was October, 18 months ago, I suppose. He had a turn, and he told me, so I felt so terrible, Maria. I just thought, I'm old and this is just it. I'm on the downward spiral. I have no energy. I can't think. And he almost rolled a tractor because he was in such a state of, unwellness. So I put him on this nutrition, and he's been taking it for 18 months, and he's never taken a vitamin ever in his life. And he does not miss a day. Yeah. So he knows this helped him. He's 72 or something around like that. And he's on this program, and he takes it every day because he knows what it felt like to feel old and terrible and thinking life was running out on him. And now he knows that this feeds him and keeps him healthy.
That's
so,
it.
you know, you can teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah, my mum and dad, my dad is the biggest skeptic you'll ever find on the face of the planet, but mum and dad are both on Thrive. It took mum a long time to get him to try it, but yeah, now, and my husband's the same, so he never does much of, like, he never remembers the things that I ask him to really do, let's face it. Milk, oh, whoops, forgot. But he has never missed a beat. And I was really surprised. In the beginning, he would turn around and say, Kylie, so when are you putting another order in because we're about to run out? That was proof to me because, again, he was a big skeptic. And if it didn't work for him, there is no way he would never do it. No way.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. They wouldn't be taking it if they didn't believe that it worked, if they felt the difference. So I guess, like I said, if you're out there and you are feeling less than your best and you want to get back to feeling your best, reach out and have a conversation. We can have a chat, you can talk to me or Kylie, you can talk to both of us, about what this might mean for you, about how you can get back to being and living your best, feeding that body, feeding your life, really. It is your source of life. And if you ignore it, then, you know, you're not going to be living the way that you want to. Anything else?
It is. It's just a conversation. Well, it is just a conversation. Once people know about it, then it's their decision whether they want to try it or not. Yeah. You know, it's not us, but it's definitely something that everybody on the planet needs to understand the whole nutritional foundation at least. And then they'll, you know, it could be the solution that they've been looking for, but they just didn't know where to go find it. And that's certainly what happened to me. And likewise for you, Maria. I mean, when we met, you didn't know about it either.
No.
And there's a couple of things, and so it's just it's incredible, and everybody should know at least know about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I had something in my head and it's just gone out. That's it. It's not complicated. A lot of the time we think, oh, you know, we have to take this and we have to take that and, you know, 15 different bloody tablets, and, you know, half the time a lot of the store-bought stuff goes straight through and it doesn't even, you know, release in the body.
The reason for, sorry, Maria, but the reason for that is because a lot of our biome is, like, our guts are so out of balance because of the preservatives we eat, the convenient food. So even the jars of the sauces that we put in. So, you know, we need to be fast all the time because we're living such busy lives. And yes, you do your best. You have your fruit and the veg and you have all that stuff. But you know what? Half of that fruit and veg is picked at the wrong time. It's shipped from another country, and the soil that it's actually grown in is depleted of the nutrition in the soil to actually feed the plant to then feed us. So when we don't have the right gut bacteria happening, we don't actually have the absorbency level either. So we can take all that stuff, but it just keeps going through like the Barocca used to do for me.
Yeah.
But once you get your gut sorted with the probiotic, the rest, the simple process, which is taking the 2 capsules when I wake up in the morning, followed by the probiotics, stick that on, that goes straight into my system. That bypasses my gut. So it goes into my system. Yeah. And we drink loads more water because your body tends to want water. You don't go for the coffee. I haven't had a coffee I've had 1 coffee in 3, like caffeinated coffee in 3 years, only by mistake. And then I've had 2 decaffeinated coffees just because I was having that coffee experience but didn't want the caffeine. Yeah. So sorry, I'm rambling.
No, that's great. And water, I never used to drink water.
No, me either.
And the body just wants it. It's telling you to go get it. I have this sitting beside me all day, and I'm always constantly drinking water. I'm same as you, not soft drink and all of that. Occasionally if you go out and you mix a bit of alcohol with it or something, but it's generally not. And a lot of my friends would notice that I don't drink as much alcohol as what I used to because I'm too busy drinking water. That's what my body wants. I haven't had a hangover because I haven't drunk to excess like I, perhaps may have at other times. It's something, my whole body has changed in what it wants me to give it. Yeah.
I still drink wine. I love wine and I love cheese platters. And that's the other thing I love too. This is not about dieting. This is not about stripping your pleasures away to live healthier. It will naturally help you make better choices. That's what I've found. But it's not about stopping everything that you enjoy today. And there's weight loss benefits to it because you're not snacking or you're not reaching for the naughty stuff because it naturally gives you that. And the water, you're not drinking the sodas and you're not drinking the coffee with 2, teaspoons of sugar and milk and all that sort of stuff. So it naturally does shift some weight. But it's the actual health benefits on the inside and making you feel like your head and your gut are connected. That's one of the biggest things I found.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess the main reason, that I wanted to talk to you today is I want women to know, I want everyone to know, this isn't just a women thing where most of my mindset stuff is. This is for everyone. And it's to let people know that there is a better way to live, that you can become a better version of you just by improving the nutrition that you're having. By feeding your body, you feel better. And then everything rolls from there, doesn't it? Everything gets better when you're feeling better. Yeah.
Absolutely. It all comes down to that energy level at the end of the day. If I walk into a room and I've got this really down energy because I'm just lacking, motivation or energy or whatever, everybody comes down to your level. Or you feel like you're failing at life because nobody comes down to your level and they're all having this wonderful time while you're feeling like crap.
Yeah.
Or you can walk into a room and be that happy energy that people want to be around.
Yeah, and it brings everyone else. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me today, Kylie. I really enjoy talking with you always. And I'm sure, I really hope this has helped some people out there to get a better understanding of where they are and where they can be. And like I said, if you want more information, just PM me, ring, whatever, get on and have a chat. We can get on a 3-way with Kylie. She loves talking as much as I do.
Absolutely. Happy to answer any questions anybody has.
Yeah, absolutely. So Kylie's the expert. We can talk to her about anything. So let me know. And we will leave it there. Thanks. Thank you, Kylie. Bye for now.